Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and today's lesson comes to us from Amanda Clifford CZT, and it's global. And you can see I've done it in a couple of variations. Amanda's given us some great tangle. I love to try grid patterns. I'm not always good at a grid pattern, but this one was really fun because I could give it a lot of variation. I guess some of the things about grid patterns that I struggle with is that I don't get them exactly symmetrical, and that can kind of make me anxious. So I want you to know that even if it's not symmetrical, it's still the process. So we have to remember that it's not what we do, but the process. So I'm going to do global on a cream colored tile, and I'm going to start with dots in the corners and my border. And I find my borders are pretty much basically the same. I put my hand down, and a lot of times my border has a little bump in it. And then I'm going to take my pen, and we're going to make a dot grid. And that's one thing I liked about Amanda's is the way she did her dot grid just rang true for me. So I'm just going to start, and I'm going to put a dot about, I'm going to get 4 in there. And I want to space them pretty much equally apart. So that they stand out equally apart from each other. Now Amanda went back in and she put one in between. So I have a little space here, so that's equal spacing there. And I don't think I can put one on that side, but I'm going to do it here, here. And that makes those spaced equally apart, but it just made it so much easier for me to put the dots in. I do believe I'm going to come back and put one more dot right there. And now I have it ready for me to draw my lines. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a bowed out line, and I call this my rice kernel shape, so that it kind of just comes out. And I'm going to do that on every single one, and you can see now they alternate. And this is very, very calming, and I just alternate these same little rice kernels shapes through this whole area that I have chosen to put global in. And this one's going to go right on the edge, and I'm going to go right over my border. It's okay. I'm not too worried about the border, but I could even come back down here and put another dot. I've got room, and it feels like it needs it. So I'm going to put one more section there, and I'm going to rotate it around. And I can see that I can probably get one more here too, so that it's right on that border. But I didn't start out that way because I really wasn't sure. And I love that type of thing in Zen Tangle when you're not set in what you do, you can give it a little change. And now I'm gonna look here. This one looks to me like if I could just come, it couldn't go all the way, but it could come part way. So I'm just gonna bring it down to, so it looks like it's off the edge. Turn it around, and I'm gonna do the same thing with this side. So it kind of ends at that border. Now you've got them all interchangeable. Now I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna do them going across. Now there's a couple of ways that you can do this. On this one, I just drew the lines right over the top and connected them. And on this one, I stopped. I did it like it was a holly bar effect. So I am going to do the holly bar effect because I think that takes a little bit more concentration. So I'm going to start here and go down through. So you can see that it just kind of goes under that tangle before. And here I'm going to do this one. I can do a half a one, and I could have it go off the edge there. So it's kind of woven. It kind of has that woven look. And I'm just going to go part way on that one. Here I could do the same thing. And this one, I didn't do that edge. Sometimes I skip an edge. Not on purpose, but so I'm just going to keep going until I have that completely filled in. Now I'm gonna come back and show you what I do. I will finish that up, but sometimes I'll come back and I increase the size of this little dot now. This helps cover up some of the imperfections that I see that might bother me in my tangle. But I can just kind of increase that little shape there. Where I wasn't so perfect in matching up my circles, but that kind of gives it a little bit more of a perfection. You can color the background. Here I just did a diagonal line. You can take your pencil and color in the background. And I would probably not color in completely, but just outline that area like that, and then take my shading stump and blend those out, because you really don't need too much graphite in there. But that's a good way to add a little movement to and depth to your tangle. This is a great tangle by Cindy Clifford CZT. I will enjoy this. I'll finish that one up when I need some relaxation time. But you can see that you could add white if you did it on a gray tile. It would be great done on a black tile with a jelly roll. Just a beautiful tangle. Thanks again, Amanda, for this great tangle. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And support for this channel comes from shopping at my store. All the links are below. Share your work on our Facebook page. And have a great day. Don't forget to tangle every day. Thanks again.